All right, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're live, folks. What is up, everyone? This is your boy, Shazman21, and welcome to another episode of Weeb Talk. Episode 9. Yes, sir. Episode 9. Lots of episodes, man. And we're always going to continue to make more until I stop doing it. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, for this episode, I'm going to get a little deep. This one's going to be, some metaphorical deepness, you know what I mean? Not that metaphorical deepness you think about, like, trying to penetrate somebody. Alright, you weird degenerates, stop it. Save that for the other sites. But, this one is, a little bit more serious, This is about reflection on things that has happened in my life and just looking back on how it turned out for me, where I'm currently headed at because of those choices, and what I'm doing now to, better myself. Or, just remembering some really embarrassing things too. Now, like I said, I don't want to reveal too much of a lot of things, because, like I said, or I'm always going to continue to say, I would like to keep things, professional around here and not, keep things too personal, because, I don't want to reveal too much of what I do in my life. I would rather, keep things ambiguous. You know what I mean? So, this one is still going to be deep. I'm still going to talk about things. It's just like, I'm not going to give out, like, a lot of information. You know what I mean? But I will talk about, like, some things that, like, I remember reflecting on just a bit, with my teenage years and a lot of stuff, man. So let's go ahead and get into the topic here. So I got some topics here of the episode, and since it's under reflection, this one's going to be about my mistakes from when I was a teenager, the ups and downs of my fitness journey, my thoughts on modern day dating, the journey. The journeys every anime protagonist has to go through, especially the good and bad, growing up, and what does the future hold. And this one's going to be on a bit more of a personal level than really on a professional level, because I kind of already mentioned, projects I want to be doing, but just what I want to be maybe the next couple years, say like 5, 10, 15 years, whatever, something like that, just generally speaking. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get to this reflection. And this one's going to be kind of long, but you know what? Let's just let it all out, man. So, let's go ahead and start off with the first topic, which is my mistakes from when I was a teenager. And, man, I've made plenty of mistakes when I was a teenager. Like, I can pretty much, like, say that I can barely count how many times I've done so many mistakes. I feel like it's, like, more than 50 mistakes that I made as a teenager. And maybe that's even over-exaggerated. In reality, that might just be 7. I don't know. But even still, it was a lot of mistakes still. But, I was insecure. I was going through a lot of, like, growing up to do with my mind. And just a lot of things, man. Now, I didn't, like, skip school, the normal thing that some teenagers would do, like, skip school sometimes. Although there was that one time I did skip school, but that was unintentionally because I was actually in a completely different class. But still, it was, it was a lot of fun. I'll probably explain a little bit briefly. Like, I was in U.S. history class, but originally I had, like, Spanish class, so, for that week I literally skipped Spanish class because I was literally in a completely different class, thinking I was, in U.S. history class. I don't know. It was a little confusing. I think it was because of room numbers were, like, a little confusing, but even still, it was pretty funny. Oh man, it was some good times. Shout out to Miss Ortiz, by the way. But still, it was some good times. But like I said, As a teenager, guys, it was a different story, man. Like, I was insecure with literally a lot of things. My height, my face, my body. As a matter of fact, I was more insecure about my body the most, honestly, because, you know, I was insecure about my height because, I was, in all intents and purposes, a short man. And I mean, a leprechaun for a good minute, like between 5'2", 5'3", stuff like that. But also I was like big too, like I won't say gigantically big, but like I was like pretty overweight for a kid. Um, had packed on quite a lot of fat, and that was something that I had to like pretty much struggle with all my life. Was like, trying to get rid of that as best as possible, like either exercising excessively, a lot of stuff, man, and still to this day, sometimes I do get a bit insecure about that, with my body sometimes fluctuating, even the weight sometimes getting a little big, and sometimes that might trigger it a little bit, but nowadays it's just like, it's not as bad. I am able to quickly pick up things and just say, you know what, let's just work on the mistakes that I've made this week so we don't repeat it for next week. Stuff like that. But, I'm doing good now, but before it was just I made a lot of mistakes with that. And when it came to my height, like I was just so insecure about it because like so many kids at the time were taller than me, and I was very insecure about that. I really was. Like I thought, like, man, is this really gonna be my life? I'm gonna be like under kids every single time. They're like fucking 5'10" and 6 foot sometimes, or 5'8". I don't know. It was ranging from all that, but you know, I was going through a lot. Like I said, um, it was messy. It was stupid, but that's just how it was, and I kind of was treated like I won't say necessarily completely treated like I didn't mean much, even though I was like the shortest guy. To be honest, um, there was a lot of kids that were shorter than me too, but like I don't know. it was a lot to deal with, and I still kind of cringe to this day. I'm cringing right now, just like thinking, dude, why was I so worried about that? But that's just what happens when you get older. You cringe on the things that you did in the past, and you're just like, what? Why? Stuff like that. I might probably start thinking like the cringy shit that I'm doing now, and I'm thinking about it like maybe a couple years later or whatnot, and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? What was I doing? Stuff like that, But yeah, it was embarrassing, man. And also, like, when it came to acne problems, dude, I was super insecure about that shit. Like, I had, like, fucking big ass bumps that were just, like, this size, too. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it was just, like, it felt like it. It looked like it to me. But it was just, like, it was really bad. Sometimes I would even have, like, ones on my lips, too. And it's really bad. Shout out to my cousin that used to, like, pop my tits all the time. Uh, sometimes she would like pop my zit on my mouth, and bro, that would be super painful. And by the way, it wouldn't even be like growing and whatnot, but most of the time, I just felt like she was just torching my ass, bro, like for reals. So I tried my best to like try to take care of my face so that like I don't deal with any of that. Like, oh my god, that was really painful. Holy hell. But yeah, it was a mess. And especially embarrassingly enough, I also have bumps in my ass too. No, like literally. Sometimes that shit would be big up in my ass. And however you want to take that out of context, whatever, it was bad. But that's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, I remember like those like contribute to a lot of like mistakes that I made, and especially when it came to talking with people and talking with girls too sometimes. But yeah, it was a mess. And also, dealing with people too, like dealing with the wrong type of people as well. Like that definitely had contributed to quite a lot of mistakes because sometimes I'll be hanging around with the wrong crowd. Sometimes they would like try to make me feel like shit about who I am, especially if I was going through a lot with like life or with somebody that I didn't quite like, and just like rubbing in my face about that. And I'm like, what the entire fuck? And like sometimes I know some of them will be like, of course, joking about it and don't mean no harm. And there's just like ones that are just like, for whatever reason, have like malice about it and just like hate me for it. I'm like, ugh, gross, bro. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit, man. Fake ass motherfucker. Like that kind of shit. Like I didn't have the confidence to like like call that shit out and be like, oh, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I don't want to fucking mess around with you like right now, because like when people try to pull that shit, I catch on to that and I'll be like, so you being that kind of person now. All right, bet. How about I say fuck you, and I hope you have a nice day, and go on about my business. Whereas before, I was just, oh yeah, I was also a people pleaser too. Ugh, God, so many times that like so many mistakes that could have been avoided have be if I would have had basic boundaries of like, hey, do not treat me like crap. But I was so desperate to at least want any type of attention, especially like even if someone were sorry, even if someone didn't really like me, I would still try to like force a friendship out of that. But like I said, now uh, when that happens, where it's like they don't want friendship or that they're just like being stuck up assholes about it, I just be like, all right, fuck you then. I don't need you. No, like I don't actually say fuck you. I'll just be like, all right, whatever, just move on. But sometimes you gotta give them a little fuck you because sometimes it's okay to be just a little petty, not like petty to a point where it's just like you want revenge. It's just petty to like say like, all right, whatever. I got other things to worry about other than yo stupid ass, shit like that. But I said I didn't have the confidence to do so, and that's also the thing too. I lacked too was confidence in myself. Like I really didn't have a lot of confidence in myself, especially when it came to how I behaved. Too was just I'm trying to remember here. Hold on. Just feeling good enough. Like I never felt good enough about myself. And that contributed to other reasons too, like my height and my acting and all that, and not being lucky with girls is because you know I equated that to not feeling good enough about myself and not feeling confident in who I am and not caring what people say because like I said, like people pleasing shit, man. Like I now looking back, I really wish I shouldn't be a people pleaser. I should have been doing mostly me at the time. I was still doing a lot of things for me, but it was just like it took a while till like I was 18 years old where I started change it up a little bit to do things for myself rather than do it for other people. So thankfully, I was able to figure it out at 18 years old to realize, what, I'm my own man, and it took me quite some time and some trials and tribulations, and sometimes mess around with the wrong people to kind of realize that now that what, I am still me, and I can still do what I love to do, regardless of what people think about me. You know, just embracing who I am, rather than being somebody that everyone wants me to be. Because like I said, I was like so caught up with just trying to please people that I didn't have the time to focus on whether or not that's gonna make me happy. Like the friendships that I had, like you know, I should have like really thought about it too. Was like, are these friends like beneficial to me at all? Like, did they make me feel better? Do they accept me as of who I am and just have fun with me and not just want to constantly try to tear me down because bullshit. But I made some dumb mistakes. Even sometimes when I was in committed relationships too, man. Like I made some dumb choices. Like I said, I'm not gonna get into too much onto this particular relationship. Like I've mentioned this like a few times before. I did have like ex girlfriend for past like 9 months, and it started off good, but it just ended very very horribly. Like just it was a huge mess, and it caused a lot of trauma. You know, on both sides, but I would say more so on my side because it's just like I did I thought I did what I can to love this person, but I guess it just wasn't enough. And, you know, she was going through a lot of shit too. And, you know, that threw me off for quite some time. You know, threw off my confidence and all that good stuff. But, you know, I've also made the mistake of chasing after her. No, not necessarily knowing like the relationship was over, but it's just like I wanted back because it was just like I don't know. I want things to go back to how it used to be, you know, where we just didn't have any fights or any type of bullshit that was like happening that like completely stirred things up. But like I said, it was a mistake because like, you know, she didn't want anything to do with me, and I really wish I should have realized it a lot sooner than later. And I just made too many mistakes of trying to make things work, but it just was never going to work, man. So it's just like, you know what? I can't anymore. Like next time, like I said, like next time if I ever get into a committed relationship, you know, like if things are over, that's it. Like unless like we're able to like, you know, learn from our mistakes and try to figure things out. Most likely or not, I'm just gonna have to call things off and find someone else that will, you know, be worth it, or just fuck it, be single and focus on me. And that's what I've been doing too. Was like I've been single for the past 2 years, and you know I've been focused on me, and you know even now just like reflecting on that particular aspect, you know it's just you know I wish I never made those mistakes, but like I said, like these mistakes here, if I never made them, I wouldn't like now reflect on them and start making better choices now as an adult. So you know sometimes mistakes are bound to happen. It's just you just gotta be able to learn from your mistakes and get better. And that's exactly what I pretty much did. Was like I learned that what, even though I had some insecurities that were like really bad, and I kind of still have it to an extent. Like right now, since like when it comes to my height, I'm not like super focused on it like I used to, because like at the end of the day, who cares? There's gonna be plenty of people that are gonna like me, and people that are not gonna like me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if like I'm 5'6" or fucking 6 foot, whatever. Like it does not matter in the long run. It just matters like the people that I surround myself with, and also just being cool with who I am. So like, of course, right now I'm like 5'6". Like about 5'6", 5'7". I'm not like crazy tall or anything, but that's good for me. That's good enough for me, because you know what? That's a little bit better than being 5'3" for almost 3 years. But anything is still good. But I'm not so focused on it as I used to be, because it is what it is. My body, I'm still sometimes hyper focused, because like even right now as I'm cutting, like sometimes I get into that like mindset, like, oh man, I'm not losing any weight. What is happening? Or like stuff like that. Kind of like a little bit right now, because I'm seeing some minor changes, and there might have to be something with my diet. Sometimes my mom like also suggests that it might be some insulin issues, but honestly, I think it probably is just just the start of the cut. It's just like it's gonna take some time. Maybe it might have to do with my diet, so I might have to change things up with that. Maybe start drinking more water than just eating a lot. Maybe start actually walking or moving more than I need to, than just being sometimes sedentary. Oh no, but you know, stuff like that. And also now when it comes to like relationship. Actually, I guess I'll mention this too. When it comes to like how I interact with girls now than how it used to be, I'm more cordial now. I'm more casual about it. I just talk to them like a normal person. I don't just spit game and be like, "Yeah, you like that shit, shawty, huh? You like it when I talk to you like this?" Like, nah, I don't do any of that. I just talk to them normally. Sometimes it can be the most boring conversation about the weather, and it's like the most interesting conversation, or just we're vibing with each other, and that's really about it. Like, if the vibe is right, whether that's friendship or you know that realm of doing what to do in the Discovery Channel, I guess, something like that. I'm cool with. But most of the time, I just like talking to them and just treating them like a normal person rather than just playing some stupid, I don't know, pickup lines and trying to like basically do the most. Like, guys, like this kind of like a advice for some guys too. Like, you don't really need to use pickup lines or any type of pickup game. All right, like get your own game, man. Like, as a matter of fact, I know like it's super cliche so many times. I know you guys are literally tired of hearing it, but sometimes, what's the best thing you do? Being yourself. Being your authentic self instead of just like forcing stuff to happen. Because sometimes guys would force things. You know, whenever they're having like a conversation with someone, like especially with a girl that they like, they just like try to force things like, yeah, you like that? You like when I'm dominant? Like, dude, if you're not dominant, then just calm it down a little bit, all right? Just there's plenty of ways to go about it, you know. And then, like, here's the thing: it's not gonna be 100% guarantee that you're always gonna get the girl. That's something I've learned too. Was that no matter if I'm not even improving on myself, or I'm in a you know, constant state of self improvement, there's not going to be 100% guarantee that I'm not going to land a girlfriend or a girl that's going to like me, because you know what, every girl has their likes and dislikes. There might be some girls that would not want to mess with me, and there might be a few that would like me. And honestly, I would rather prefer a few that like me than a lot that don't, because the ones that don't like me, I would not bet an eye on next time, because I'll be like, why would I want to waste time with someone that doesn't want to spend the same amount of time with me? You see what I'm saying? So like, as much as I still cringe on like the stuff that I did as a teenager, and I still do, um, I'll have to say that actually helped quite a lot to where now when I'm reflecting on things, I'm just like realizing, I don't want to repeat those mistakes ever again. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was interesting times, but gotta learn from your mistakes, man. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started on another topic here. The ups and downs of my fitness journey. So, same thing with like my mistakes when I was a teenager. I made a lot of mistakes in my fitness journey. Like, I started fitness since I was 13 or 14 years old. That's when I really started, thinking, I really should go ahead and like start lifting weights or doing something about my body. Because, like I said, um, when it came to like body dysmorphia and also stuff like being overly obsessed about the fact that I'm big or whatnot, because I wanted to change that, because I wanted to not be a big person. I would want to be like, I don't know, fit and lean, like one of my favorite superheroes like Spider-Man, and some of the anime heroes too. Like, sometimes they're not like necessarily like really big people, but they're like lean and athletic and can like do some like cool stuff, like stuff like that. Like, I wanted to be my own anime protagonist, and you know I tried to do that, but it's either due to the fact like it was either my expectations of things, or like sometimes the inconsistency of how I work out and stuff, because I was very inconsistent with my workout plans, and sometimes when I didn't get the immediate result, I just stop, and I don't like reassess the situation at all. I just like give up easily on that, and sometimes I still feel that now, but it's just like, it's not as bad. But we'll get into the now part. But like, just from my fitness journeys, sometimes I even have like moments where like I'm doing good and I feel like I'm just like making progress, but then there will be moments where I feel like I'm not making progress. And sometimes in those moments where I'm not making progress, it just feels like I just want to just completely give it up because I am not seeing the results as I want to. But it just it was really bad because if I would have like assessed the situation and figure out like, why I made those mistakes and just recorrect it, especially when it comes to diet, then I would be in a better situation now. But like, I just try to do what I can as best as possible, but sometimes there's just like, like the concept of like, angels and devils on the shoulders, sometimes your angel would like tell you like, hey, you need to stay focused on what you need to do, and then there's the other side where it's just like telling you like, oh, that's okay, you've already done enough, you've already worked out, you're already beat up, why don't you just take a break and just go eat. Sometimes we give into the temptations of just like saying, oh yeah, let's go ahead and get something to eat, and then that like derails our progress. I've had that happen to me way too many times, and sometimes it's still gonna happen even when I don't realize it. But sometimes, instead of just like, wallowing in and, but right now, okay. Right now, instead of like wallowing in defeat and just be like, that's it, give up, I am not seeing results, I just say, you know what? Even though I ate a lot more than I should have, I'm going to learn to not, do all that. And just next time, just maybe cut down the eating a little bit and just focus on eating better, healthier foods, or just start moving around. Like play basketball, run around. Sometimes just like doing this too. Just anything to move my body around instead of just like wallowing in defeat and being like, oh, I wish I should have done that. I just take that and be like, well, that sucks that I ate a little more than I should have, but you know what? That's okay. I can always like burn it off and do something else with it. Maybe just like when I come back in the gym, I'm just gonna just go balls deep sometimes. So, you know, there's always like I didn't say, there's always gonna be ups and downs with like life and stuff, and it's no different with the fitness journey, man. Like even though right now I'm doing a cut, right? I'm trying to get lean for the summer. I'm trying. My optional goal is to get down to at least either 12 or 10% body fat. I'm not interested in wanting to go any lower than that. Like 9, 8 to 5%. Like no, I am not really interested in doing all that because, like I said, I don't do bodybuilding at all. But I do want to get lean. Like I want to be like you know, lean and athletic and just awesome. Kind of like Jack's Blade, for example. I've been watching him for a very long time, and he's always like been very inspiring. And in fact, like him and a few others that like helped me out with when it came to like fitness journey, because like even they had to like go through a lot of things that I had to go through too. Being insecure about things, people being dicks all the time, and sometimes with fitness journey, we just like become derailed from a lot of things too. Because especially my biggest derail was 2 years ago during the pandemic, actually, due to like a lot of personal stuff that was going on top of a pandemic happening, and also on top of the fact that I didn't get a proper conclusion of my high school graduation. It all like compiled down onto me where I just was depressed and just didn't want to move a single thing at all. Like I was a huge mess, guys, and what also like accumulated that was like this event that happened where like I took something and then just shit just started getting pretty bad, and I'm still recovering from that, but yeah, it was just that completely derailed me for quite some time, man. So you know, at the start of like um what was it, June of 2020, I made a promise to myself that I will never again allow myself to go through this. Like, I'll still have a setbacks every now and then, but I will never ever give up on myself. Because as a matter of fact, I almost came super close to giving up on myself. Like, for real, like there was so many times where I just felt like, was life even worth it? Because of just like stuff that was happening too, especially with the pandemic, which is still going on surprisingly. But like, it was just, I was super close to giving up on myself, man. And thankfully I did not, and I made a promise to myself to like continue to go, even if I have minor setbacks or major setbacks. Just keep it going. And I've had some major minor setbacks from this year alone, but I'm still coming back stronger and stronger and stronger than ever. Like not giving up on myself, and that's something that I want everyone to understand is like never ever give up on yourself. Okay, the last thing you ever want to do is just let yourself go. It don't matter if you're in a relationship. It don't even matter of anything. If you start to give up on yourself, man, it is going to be a lot difficult to live a fulfilling life or any life really if you don't really believe in yourself. So you just got to do so. I get it. Loving yourself and being yourself and just these nonchalant words is like, these buzzwords, they sound nice, but, I may not understand your situation at all. And you know what? I don't. But you at least got to do something with it. Either figure it out or just I don't know, do what you got to do. I say the best recommendation would be therapy. As a matter of fact, therapy helps a lot too because like you won't have to. I know it's scary because like sometimes you don't want to reveal too much of things, but sometimes when you seek therapy, bro, it helps, man. And that's what I did too. Last year was I seek therapies for my mental health because like I was going through a lot of mental health issues, and having be if I never got to therapy, I think it would have been getting a lot worse. So thankfully, I was able to get the help that I needed for my mind and for my soul, and just healing from a lot of shit, man. But like I said, there's always going to be some things that are going to like throw you off. It's just like you just got to have like a strong mental fortitude. You know what I mean? And in order to do so, you're going to have to seek help in some ways. Maybe it may not necessarily be your family. It could just be simply just going to therapy, man. And I get it. Sometimes there might be some wrong therapists that would just not care for you. You know, it's gonna be like that. Just trust your instincts on whether or not this therapist would actually do right with you. For me, I was lucky enough to have a therapist that was doing right for me, and I'm always thankful for that. Like she was absolutely wonderful to me and helped me with a lot of stuff. So you know, just as long as you take care of yourself and take care of your mind. As a matter of fact, take care of your mind the most, because like like I said, this is what you're gonna be having for the rest of your life. Like you can have all the amazing body and all this other stuff, and look your absolute best. But if there's something wrong here, then anything else that you have does not matter. So you gotta like love yourself for who you are and continue to be you. Okay, regardless of what people think about you. And what I mean by that is just like you should still care for some people that care for you. Of course, your family, friends that love and care for you. But people that don't really matter are pretty much strangers. Yeah, pretty much everyone on the internet that like wants to touch about a bunch of smack. But at the end of the day, guess what? They're all are strangers that you'll probably never get to see ever again. Thank you, mom. Shout out to my mom for that one. But yeah, just don't worry about people that are gonna just like not mean anything. People that don't like you and all that sort of stuff. But anyways, I think I rambled on that one. Holy hell! Did I just turn that to an inspiration? This is just reflecting on stuff that happened in my life, and I'm making things a little bit more inspirational for you guys. That's crazy, guys. Holy hell! Hope you guys are enjoying this episode, man. It's just like I said, I feel really passionate about this because like this is something that just it feels real to me, man. And not even feels real; it's real to me. Damn it! You know, like, I mean, I don't know if you guys seen the video where like that one fan, was like crying a little bit about like wrestling. He says it's still real to me, damn it. Like stuff like this, man. It's still real to me, because I feel passionate about this, man. Bros, like I'm not. Of course, I'm not faking all this shit. Like obviously not, because if I am, just all for money, then yeah, it's already showing. But this one, I don't care if I don't even get enough money from this shit. You know, doing stuff like this, it's still gonna be beneficial regardless. If it actually touches you in so many other ways, that no, not like that, okay, but like it touches you in your heart, where it's like it makes you want to do something. I hope that at least it like gives you that fire to at least do something, because what I want from anything more than anything is just for others to do what they can. And what I want to do as well is like, of course, inspire others to always be true to themselves, no matter what. You know what I mean? So that's all I gotta say about that. Anyways, God, the passion, man. I'm feeling it, man. Okay, this is gonna get good. Let's go ahead and just start off with another topic. Let's see how we're doing time actually. Ooh, 36 minutes. Wow, that's interesting. Hey, that's okay. Like I said, this one, I'm going to go, maybe a little over an hour, but that's okay. Because you know what? For this one, I'm just like going off script, impromptu, everything, Everything's coming off my mind and coming to you with my words without, cutting off too much things. Other than like if I'm needed for something. But other than that, just like, we're just going to keep the ball rolling, guys. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started on my thoughts on modern day dating. Okay. Um, Honestly, modern day dating, it is tough right now because there's a lot of people that are going to do the most shallowest things too. You know, they only care because of how you look and how you present yourself, which, to an extent, that does matter, but that's just only the initial start to something different. Because if you have, like, already a great personality and you're already doing your own thing, then just looks wise, if you were to max it out, it would just, like, be a bonus pretty much. Kind of like, if you're making a cake and, it's already, like, baked out and just, like, baked and it's already made. It's just now adding the icing on the cake and also the cherry on top of the cake. Those are just extra stuff to make it look a lot better and tasty, a lot tastier too. But it's always like the building blocks is always just eggs and bread. And for this case, it's just personality wise. But I'm not gonna get into it too much. It's just more of like how modern day dating is, and yeah, it sucks right now because, like I said, there's plenty of people that are very very shallow, where it's like they only like a certain thing, and if you're not that, then you gotta swipe left or whatever. It's kind of stupid, but you know what? People are entitled to their stupid preferences sometimes. Even I'm kind of entitled to my sometimes silly preferences, but you know what? Sometimes we're all shallow in so many other ways, but this one, it's just it's just more broadcasted. I think that's the thing. It's not that modern day dating or like dating in general is just like dead or whatnot, where most people say it is. It's just people are more accepting of being more shallow than ever before. You know what I mean? Because even though like back in the day, it was like you gotta be forced to be in certain types of relationships here. Then I mean, you still have some like free time here and there where you choose to date and it's like the right person. But sometimes you marry somebody that you may not personally like, and that's just it. And just that's it. It's just now with like dating right now, it's just The reason why it's tough is because people are more willing to you know give up on other people because either they don't meet their preferences or that there's a lot of other things. Sometimes the biggest like killer of them all is just like ghosting and leaving people on red or leading them on. These three things are just really bad, and that's pretty much ruined things when it comes to dating and made a lot of men, women, in betweens, very very shallow people. Whereas like you have like one hand where you got the red pill, black pill, all this other bullshit where they just like hate on, or not even those guys too. Sometimes like the biggest one of them all is like incels, where they just like have like this like really big hatred towards them because so many times they got rejected. Most of the time, like rejected twice or just rejected two times by girls, and that send them to now starting to hate on women. Whereas on the other hand, uh, women gets like done dirty by one too many dozen dumbass guys, and they think like all men are trash and all men should die, kill all men, all this other shit, and it's like it just like turned them like all shallow too. But it's just it sucks, man. But you know, in order to combat this, the best I can say really about it is just be patient. Make sure to find somebody, or yeah, don't take like the rejection too seriously, especially if they do the whole ghosting or like they're starting. Okay, yeah, okay. Hold on. Let's see how we're gonna do this here. So if they're ghosting you and they're not giving you a lot of responses, just don't take that seriously, okay? Just chalk it up as they're just pretty much wasting your time, and you should just let them be. Now, when it comes to complicated situations like them treating you like crap, that might be difficult for some other people. But if they're just constantly doing that every single time, you should take that as an obvious red flag to get out of the relationship and preferably don't talk to that person ever again. Especially if they start to be, either very abusive towards you, where they're like, being like confrontational with you. It don't matter who it is, man, woman, whoever. If they're gonna be like that, like aggressive towards you, report that ass. Like really report that ass. And also restraining order too. Gotta have that too. Unlock and yeah, just try to protect your peace. As much as possible. Don't settle for anything less. If you want something more than what you're getting, then you're gonna have to work for it, man. And at the same time, just be patient with that because like I said, it's not always gonna be 100% guaranteed that you're gonna get the girl of your life, or sorry, the woman of your life, or the man of your life, or whatever you guys are into. You know, it's not always gonna be 100% guaranteed because people are gonna be people. So the only thing you can really do about it is just continue to focus on you and do what you gotta do, and hopefully there might come a time where there might be an amazing person that comes in your life and loves you. For now, just let things go, and that's exactly what I'm doing too. Is like you know I've always like had some like contemplations on whether or not I want to get back into a serious relationship or a casual relationship. But honestly, guys, I don't know. It's hard to say. It really is hard to say because right now I just would rather just focus on other things. But you know, I don't know, guys. I'll have to think about it. But I'm leaning more towards keeping things casual because you know I just feel like I'm just not ready for a serious relationship right now because I just don't have you know an amazing woman right now. Like I feel like wanting to date. You know, there's plenty of good friends that may technically qualify as potential lover dating. I don't know, but most of the time, it's just just like guessing. I don't know them like too much personally, but it's just I don't know, guys. It's hard to say. So the only thing I can really do right now is just keep things casual. That's all it. It sucks a little bit, but this is the state that we're in. People like to do a lot of casual things, and if you don't want to do all that, just don't do that. Just stay single, or find yourself a relationship if that's what you really want. Like I'm, I'm sure that isn't like the only priority that you need. It's just if you really want like yourself like a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatnot, just don't do the whole hooking up or whatnot. Just don't do that. For me, I'll still keep things casual, but the hooking up part, I might have to be a little cautious on because you know I don't want to keep. I don't want to end up like messing around with the wrong person, and that's gonna completely derail me. So I'm gonna be careful with that. I'm still open to the idea of like you know messing around with a few, but like I said, I'm gonna be careful with that because I don't really want to deal with some bullshit. You know what I mean? Especially right now, since as a matter of fact, I got a lot of things to lose. So you know, one mistake of like messing around with the wrong girl, let's say either get an unwanted pregnancy or flip it, unwanted sexual diseases too. Yeah, that's gonna completely derail everything. So it's just being very very careful with that. But other than that, I think I'm probably just gonna be more focused on this really. So like I said, whether or not I'm gonna be in a relationship or not doesn't matter. I'm still gonna be focused on what I'm doing, which is of course Weeb Talk episodes and everything. But yeah, man, that's pretty much my thoughts on modern day dating. It sucks right now because there's a lot of shallow people and bitter people and all this other stuff. And I also want to say too is like it's not as bad as most people put it out to be. It's just more people are just out and about, broadcasting, what they like and don't like out there. They're more open up about it than ever before. So it's just figuring out the types of people you want to deal with, pretty much. But that's really about it. Like modern day dating sucks a little bit, but it is what it is. You just gotta like um, poke through the holes and just go straight up deep in it. Please do not take that out of context, please. But like just figure things out when it comes to that. Or if you don't want to do all the dating, just stay single and focus on you. And that's really all I gotta say about modern day dating. I mean, nothing else other than do what you gotta do, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do what I gotta do when it comes to dating now. So, like I said, for me, I'm just gonna keep things casual, and for you guys, it's whatever you guys want to do. Like I said, do what makes you happy. But anyways, that's gonna be it for the thoughts on modern day dating. We got three more topics we can talk about. So we got the journeys, every anime protagonist goes through growing up, and the ending, what does the future hold? How we're doing with time, real quick. We are 48 minutes. Okay, so we're doing pretty good thus far. This might end in under an hour, maybe. That'd be kind of cool. But honestly, I think we'll probably get up to maybe like hour and a few minutes. We'll see how this goes. But anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I might be going all over the place a little bit too, but I think that's just the fun thing about Weeb Talk episodes. At least for me, it's just like I sometimes go a little bit over top on some things and just like show you guys the fury, the passion I feel about this, especially right now with the reflection because I really feel these things. The mistakes I made as a teenager, the ups and downs of my fitness goals that I had to go through, thoughts on the modern day dating, how it's, sometimes shitty and sometimes good. It's confusing, but it's interesting. All that stuff, Showing that energy, the passion, brother. You know what I mean? But for this one, it's just, this topic I'm going to talk about is just, for all my anime fans and manga fans or weeb fans or sorry, weebs out there, that already know about this. You know, like how anime protagonists has to like go through certain arcs to get to where they're at. Like I'm sure this is going to be pretty much a little bit of a fun recap of remembering things. For others that are like non-anime fans, this is going to be a little introduction on like how characters work in anime. You know what I mean? And I think I might be the right person to talk about this without it getting too overboard, or at least I hope not. Um, hold on. Also, no, number one important thing: make sure you drink water, and especially if you do like a podcast of your own or whatnot, make sure you have plenty of water, plenty of stuff to drink because, like I said, it's tough to do all this and start to feel dehydrated because I've been doing this for a while and sometimes I can still go on maybe without like water necessarily, but sometimes you just want to take a break and just like slow it down a little bit and just be like, here, let me go ahead and take a water break. But anyways, let's get on with how the journeys of every anime protagonist goes through. So we'll go ahead and start off with something a little light and simple. Everyone that already knows about this. Dragon Ball Z. How does Goku handle situations that are like very, very stressful? So let's go ahead and use the same arc for example, and then we'll go a little like further up to like the Frieza arc and stuff like that. But we'll go to Cell and Majin Buu and all that. Like I can, but honestly, that's gonna be a lot longer, and I don't want to do that. But I'll just keep it simple. So we'll do the Saiyan arc and the Frieza arc. So how was Goku able to handle the information that he is not human? In fact, he is an alien, and he comes from a planet called Vegeta, where his race is of a Saiyan warrior, right? These race of beings where they turn into Orizon apes, I guess. I hope I'm saying the original name right. But great apes, pretty much. Like big ass, giant ass, like big monkeys out. Like destroying things and sometimes destroying civilization. In fact, during like the flashbacks, with Bardock and King Vegeta, aka Vegeta's father, you know, they would go around kill a lot of people. Even the other race that they had to like share a planet with, they just completely wiped them off. I think what was her names? Because this is also like with Super Baby too. He's part of that race too. The Turbines. I think their names were the Turbines. Turbines. I think so. They were like a race of pretty much humans that had more better advanced technology than the Saiyans had, at least at the time, till Saiyans did what they had to do. But you know, I'm I'm gonna explain about the background. You know what? I'll save that for another time. But like, the way that like Goku had to like handle the information that like his older brother Raditz like told him like you're not you're not supposed to be correlating with all the humans. You're supposed to be destroying the planet. Like his original goals were yes to eradicate planet Earth. That was the whole plan of like why Saiyans were dominant. It's because they were destroying planets. And Raditz assumed like, why aren't you doing your job? But like Goku doesn't really remember that because he had head trauma that caused him to not do all that. So that's why he's like very peaceful with everyone, and you know he's more of like he's still like a goofball, but like a lovable one. But like he'll still like turn up a notch every now and then. What's up? Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. I just need to help out with my brother with something. Yeah. Originally, Goku was supposed to like destroy the planet Earth, obviously, but when he had the head trauma, he didn't have to do all that because he didn't remember his original goal, and that also kind of had him had a little bit of identity crisis, but for the right reason, because it would really suck if he still had that memory and just was a all around complete shithead, just destroying everything. Like that would really suck. Although that would be an interesting story, and I'm sure people have told about this story too, but I don't know. I just kind of like Goku as he is, the lovable goofball that's just awesome, dude. You know. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah. It's really good. Oh, is it really good? Yeah. Oh, the shrimp fried rice. Bet. Okay, I'll have that in a minute. But other than that, sorry guys, I had to see what my mom had to say. But hey, they keep interrupting me. I'm trying to think. Ah. Okay. They're not interrupting me right now, but it's just like I'm trying to think, guys. Hold on. I'm passionate about this. Huh. Okay. When hold on, what was I saying? Ah, mom, come on now. I was talking about something. Now I forgot about it a little bit. um, shoot. Um. What was it? What was it? What was it? Hold on, guys. I'm having a really massive brain fart here. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what I was saying too. This is gonna be embarrassing to look back on and be like, yeah, obviously you're supposed to be talking about this, and that, but hold on. Let's talk about Goku, his original plans, and then I oh yeah, him being a lovable goofball. Okay, I like him better as that because him being an asshole would just ruin everything. So when he heard that his he wasn't this and that, he's saying, and where's your tail? Why aren't you doing this? Raditz decides to take upon himself to do the most. He takes Goku's son, who is Gohan, and tries to use him as a weapon. Of course, Goku, being a good father, as I've been telling you motherfuckers, he's not a horrible father, like how you guys been memeing this whole damn time. Like, there you go for that. But you know, like every father would do if their crazy deranged fucking uncle or who the fuck or crazy deranged brother tries to do something with their kids or just somebody else doing something with their kids, they're gonna have to beat the shit out of the person or kill them. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not necessarily like that way, like kill him like that, but just stop him. And you know, with the help of his former enemy that he had with Piccolo, he tries to stop Raditz. Now, at first, when Raditz plead for his life to say hey, please, can you let me go? I won't do this again. When Goku decided, at that point in time to let his brother go, guess what Raditz decided to do? He decided to do the most cheekiest shit ever. He pretty much attacked Goku while his guards was down and said "Ha, psych! You thought I really meant that shit?" And just try to get all hippity dippity. You know what I mean? Hippity dippity. That's kind of an interesting word, but still shit like that. Hype and shit. Yeah, you fell for the oldest trick in the book. Yeah, I'm the strongest, bitch. And it's really, man. And then when Goku decided to hold him again, Raditz tries to plead for his life again. He's like, no, 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 I was just kidding. And of course Goku was not having any of that shit. He was like, you should have not done this, and now we're both gonna die, you dumbass. So when Piccolo was ready to take both of them out, Goku knew that was gonna be that was gonna be it for him. He was gonna sacrifice his whole entire life to save someone he loves, which is his kid, Gohan, and everybody else. He did all that to save him as best as possible. But, there was just a lot going on, man. And I could probably go too long with like the Vegeta and all that stuff, but honestly, I would probably say that for another time. But now let's go ahead and switch over to the Frieza Saga arc. So I'm gonna get to the part where like when Frieza was in his final form and like they did all they can to quote unquote get rid of Frieza with the biggest spirit bomb that they had. Like they thought they took him out, but when Frieza came back, he decided to do the most heinous thing ever, and that was to grab Krillin, holding him up in the air with force, by the way, and just like squeeze it for the life of him. That's when like Goku got really angry, like super freaking angry. In this case, like the way that he handled the situation, rightfully speaking, he was fucking pissed. Frieza decided to kill his friend, his best friend that's been with him since they were kids. That was his childhood best friend, bro. Like, that's how we all feel with like, our childhood best friends and stuff like that. Like, if anything like happened to them, or heck, even some like fuck nigga decides to do some shit like that, we take that to heart because that's our friend. Like, they've been with us for either since the beginning or they just been, really good friends. Like you take that very seriously. And when like Frieza decided to take it to the next level by killing him, that's when we have like Goku unlock his inner fury to like, finally just destroy Frieza for everything that he has done. And he puts a whole ass whipping on that fool because of that. And rightfully so. Because, nigga, you just killed my best friend. Like, I'm not going to forgive you after that. I mean, kind of a little bit. Because, like, he does still give Frieza a choice to get out of here. Because he doesn't ever want to see his face again. And then when, like, Frieza refused by trying to, like, attack him, Goku was like, alright, motherfucker, it's time for you to die. And just, like, bosses him away. And it was the best visual scene. Where, like, seeing Frieza just, like, get blasted away. Especially when he made that, like, awkward, like, face when he got blasted. It was really good animation. It was really good shit. And also my favorite moment from that in the Frieza Saga arc. Where, like, Goku hold, like, Frieza and was just, like, slapping the dog shit out of him, like, front hand, backhand. He was basically playing, like, Key and Peele front hand, backhand on him. Which was just super hilarious, man. I like that. And that was just my favorite scene from that. And also just, Goku finishing off Frieza, too. And again, not finishing him off with a blast. Not like, okay. Finishing him off with a blast, okay? That's what happened, okay? He did not finish him off by doing this, okay? None of that. Clock 9000. Stop it. You degenerates, man. Y'all weird about that, man. Y'all sus. But I like you guys sometimes. You guys are funny, but still, in this case, stop it. All right, it's a little much. All right, I still love you guys, but still, come on, let's keep it down with the degeneracy level. But other than that, just like yeah, Goku does finish Frieza off with the blast, and it was a great scene. For Naruto, just majority of the time, he was dealing with people not respecting him and liking him and everything, and pretty much hating on him because he has a literal weapon that's inside of him that's like ruined everyone's lives. Like the nine-tailed fox destroying almost a whole entire village and killing people and causing more trauma, and so they think the right decision is to tell someone who has that power or whatnot that you ain't worthy and all this other stuff. Basically, just treating them like dog shit, man. And I would definitely understand a little bit if like Naruto would have turned a little bit evil, albeit like that would kind of suck. But it would be understandable because people were really getting up on him as well. But it's just like Naruto took all that and said, no, fuck that. I will let you guys respect me. I'm sorry, not let you guys respect. I will demand respect. However, I do this, regardless of how you guys feel about me. You know, like, he is just like the biggest inspiration when it comes to just like never give up on your goals. You know what I mean? Like, even if you have like just like a demon inside you that just like constantly is like getting at you all the time. Hell, there's so many times Kurama was like the most dickiest person. He wasn't like cool with Naruto as he is now. And honestly, recipes to Kurama, man. I heard that in the manga. He's and then also in anime he's dead. Yeah, that's why I fucking hate Boruto. Like that whole show, they killed off one of the best characters too. I'm like, fuck that show and fuck that little stupid idiot. But other than that, a little tangent from that stupid show. Still, it's Kurama was not a nice fox. He was a mean fox. He just wanted to use Naruto for everything, and sometimes Naruto gave into his anger and temptation to just like harm people, especially in Shippuden, where like when he gave into the nine-tailed powers a little bit from so many situations, it never was in control. It was more of like just inner beast that's just unleashed without consciousness. Like he doesn't think like he's doing all that. Especially when he was fighting against Orochimaru and fucking Pain and all that shit. Like if he had a bit more control with that, he would already had like the what was it fucking he would have like the tail chakra, but he wouldn't like have like different stages. He'll still be himself, but just more powered up. You know what I mean? I forgot the name of it. It wasn't Sinju or something like that, or Biju mode. It was something else. But besides that, just it was not controlled for a while, and he has to live with the fact that that happened. And there was even moments where he has to also live with the fact, like his best friend was a fugitive and a criminal, and they all wanted to exterminate his ass because Sasuke was going on a whole deep end of what the fuckery. And sometimes, rightfully so, they're like, oh, fuck that. That's the same person. We need to get rid of him as soon as possible. Of course, Naruto and others, they didn't want that. They tried to like, talk him over. And it didn't really work yet until like Sasuke, at least someone was level-headed and realizing some things too. Although stupidly wanted to become Hokage, but I'm not going to get into that too much. But like I said, just like for Naruto, he has to like deal with a lot of tribulations and losing a lot of important people in his life. From Jiraiya to Neji to Kurama now. It's just like he has to deal with all that, and it just weighs on him every now and then. But he just got to pick himself up and keep it going. Natsu, although the biggest story is really about power friendships, he even goes through a lot of stuff too. He has lost some friends. He lost, I wouldn't necessarily say the love of his life, but like he, at the time when he was a kid, it kind of a little bit was when like the girl, her alternate version of herself was like a demon thing. Like it's cool to see, like a really sexy demon, but like she disappeared to a different alternate dimension for quite some time. And oh shit, sorry guys, hold on, I got some trouble with my nose. Sorry. I don't know if you guys caught that, but like something like got stuck up my nose. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. What the hell? How are we doing time here? Oh, we're an hour, but hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I really apologize for that. Wow, that shit was stuck in my nose for a good minute. Oh, sorry about that. Oh my god, I hate when it happens. I don't know if it was like a fly that was trying to get up on my nose for some weird reason or whatnot. I don't know. It was really bad. Sorry. A little bit some stuff out there. Holy hell, that was really embarrassing, guys. I apologize for that. Like, I understand. I apologize for that. That was really weird. Hold on. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Natsu. Like, although the whole story is really about power friendship, he goes through a lot of stuff too. Sometimes he loses friends. Sometimes, it is revealed that, he is a reincarnation of Zero's brother. Oh, sorry. Manga spoilers, or anime spoilers. Natsu is a reincarnation of Zero's, like, younger brother from thousands of years ago. shenanigan shit, and you know, the way that he handled that situation too was like, one, he was like questioning like, does he even exist, like, or the fact, question his existence, like the fact that he's now like he's like a reincarnation of someone's brother or whatnot, and not truly himself, and just having some bit of identity crisis. But as soon as he still like embraced himself, still, but also embracing the fact that he had uh, once had a past with like his older brother, he said, you know what, I don't care. You're a menace to society. You're trying to destroy everything. I'm gonna do the best I can to stop you, and he does. He actually ends up stopping him, and it ends kind of sad because Zeref and the first guild master, they were actually dating somehow, which is kind of interesting. But they end up losing their lives, and the same with their son, or illegitimate son too, which was Zeref just killing him because I don't know, Zeref was a dick, but still, it was just it was a little sad, and Natsu, had to embrace, again, the fact that, he's a reincarnation of somebody, while also acknowledging that, he's still himself. His dad will always and forever will be the dragon, and honestly, I forgot the dragon's name. Damn it, fuck, I forgot the dragon's name. But the dude, like, best dad ever too. Like, seriously, he raised Natsu very, very well. He really did. And he was a flipping dragon too, so it was awesome to see. Yusuke dealing with a lot too, as well. Same with Identity Crisis. Him realizing that he's like quarter demon too, and all this other stuff, and also dealing with losses too. Like he thought he lost his was essentially his mother figure, grandmother figure. To be honest, Gine, by the dude with the glasses. Hold on, let me look up his name. Because sometimes I do remember the dude's name sometimes. But, what was it? Hold on a second. It wasn't... It's not Shinobu. It's not that fucker. Who the hell was it? The dude with the glasses. Shit. I'm gonna have to look them up on this one. Do I have to? I might as well. Okay, so I'm gonna cover it. Okay. Where is the dude? Dark China Saga. Damn it. The dude with glasses! Where's he at? I'm trying to find him. You gotta be kidding me, guys. Hold on. I'm trying to remember it. Social characters. Ooh. Oh, guys, I need to look this. Okay, guys, it's Tagoro. Okay. Oh my god. Wow. This is just, this is a good episode, but, Tagoro. Yeah, when, Tagoro, took, Genkai's life. Oh, yeah, that was his name. My bad. Genkai. When, Tagoro took Genkai's life, Yusuke was rightly upset about it, because, that was essentially his grandma. And he lost her. And there was just a lot going on too, and he also thought that he lost one of his good friends, Kurabara, I think, the dude with the funny hair that is also the same actor who played as Vegeta and Piccolo. Funny enough. But yeah, the dude with the really funny hair, with the brown hair shit. He's awesome. He was supposedly killed. But yeah, Kurabara is awesome. But he got supposedly killed. That awakened something in Yusuke, and I think the thing that he was like dealing with most about that was losing Genkai, obviously, and also losing a friend too. That like, even though they have given each other a lot of shit in the past, that's still like one of his closest friends too. So the fact that Tagoro would like do that or supposedly do that was pretty bad. Until it was revealed, he was fine. Tagoro wanted to do all that to try to push Yusuke, obviously. Which, hey, shout out to him for that. But
albeit not in the best way, but you know what? Villains have funny things to inspire their, you know, heroes in some ways, their counterparts. So it's kind of cool. And yeah, that's it. Like, the only thing that they all have in common is just the way that they deal with loss. Sometimes they get back from that. Sometimes there have been moments where they don't, and they feel like shit. You know, for Naruto, like, you know, having to have a panic attack for Sasuke, Yusuke, you know, almost giving up on life. For Goku, I don't know. There hasn't really been moments he has like really given up on things. Maybe like, I guess I don't. I'm not gonna just sell something, but like, there's been moments where he just like completely gives up and just says like, "Hey, go on and handle this." That was obviously a mistake. He had to like correct too. And also the biggest one too with like Ichigo, like whatever he loses really badly. Sometimes it'll be like to the point where he almost like is dead too, which is like ugh. But he does come back every now and then to like fight back and, you know, deal with the either the wrong cards or Aizen or in the manga right now, which is finally an anime. The Quincy's and for a while the full agreement that those like irrelevant groups that honestly doesn't really need mention because it kind of was not really the best. It wasn't really good. But other than that, you know, all these guys had to like go through a lot of shit. But you know, that's just how it is. How are we doing time? We're doing okay. Let's just go ahead and finish up with growing up and what does the future hold. Okay, so growing up, man. So right now, guys, I'm in my 20s. I am 21 years old. I am still going through a lot right now. In fact, I am now going through quite some things too, as well, because I'm going to get ready for my last semester in college. And right now, I'm not too sure what I want to do after that, other than, like, of course, still make content, but also just, like, other things too, like, I don't know, maybe get a job or something. I don't really know. It's left ambiguous to see what happens here, but, you know, growing up, you know, just especially with what's going on with life right now, it is tough, man. It really is. And especially, it got like extra tough too these past couple of years, man. So it's just, you know, I think that's just always been the process of growing up. Is like things are not always going to be the same of how you think of it when you're a child, and also when you think of it when you're a teenager. Because how I thought from both times when I was a kid and a teenager that, you know, it would be a little bit more easier and I can like have a lot of fun things. Even though it is now because like I can do a lot of cool things, but now it's just a whole type of responsibility. You know, like just like how you know Peter Parker and many other people that have become Spider-Man have to deal with too. Just like, you know, life, man, just life in general all the time. You know, losing people that you care about and just a lot of stuff, and also just taking responsibilities of your actions every now and then too. It's just like, it's a lot to deal with, but you know, that's just the beauty about growing up. Is just, you know, it is really painful, but it's also, you know, worthwhile once you know, go through the hurdle and get back from whatever situation that happened and come back stronger. You know, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of times I'm going to have like life-changing events that's going to always continue to happen. You know, I cannot prevent a lot of like stuff that can happen in life. It's just what I can do right now within my own life that will maybe have an effect on what happens in the future, especially, you know, especially how things are going now. So, you know, I am keen on seeing what's going to happen with that, but right now it's just like I'm more focused on what I'm doing in the present moment, which is right now recording Weeb Talk episode 9, reflecting on things to you guys. But yeah, just growing up, man, it's a pain in the ass, and I'm sure anyone that's like older than me or like around the same age as me will definitely vouch for this one. They're gonna let you guys know like growing up is very, very tough sometimes. And you just gotta do a lot of things, man. And it's gonna take a lot of responsibility, a lot of time. And that's the thing. Time is very, very like fragile for this one too, because you know, we don't really got much time left sometimes too. Sometimes we just gotta like do what we can at the moment with the time that we have because like that's all we really got. And sometimes when people do waste time, it's just like you can't get it back, man. You really cannot get it back. And I guess that's why it kind of sucks a little bit with Mario dating a little bit. Is like there are people that do that, and that's just a waste of time. And it just feels like, damn, I really wish I could have done other things other than deal with your ass. But it takes the time, it takes a lot of experiences. I might not have a lot of experiences with like other things in life yet. There's probably others. People that are like in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and whatnot. They might look at this and be like, you make a good point. There's still a lot that you need to learn, and they're right. There's still a lot that I still need to learn, and I'm okay with that because I never want to stop learning. I don't care how old I get. I never want to stop learning about a lot of things. So I want to keep doing that as much as possible because the one thing I'm going to start doing the most is taking care of myself as best as possible. Physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. Because I only got this, and that's it. Like I don't know when the time will happen when, unfortunately, I pass away. Who knows? Maybe, hopefully, when I'm old and I'm ready to actually pass on from life. But I might not guarantee that. Who knows? I don't really know what the future holds. And speaking of which, yeah, what does the future hold for me? Or for anything, really? It's unknown. That's really it. It is terrifying. It's weird. But that's kind of thing about the future is like you never really know what's going to happen, man. So like I said, just the only thing I would expect from the next like 5, 10, 15 years is probably still doing stuff like this, but on a different level now. Maybe finally making some video games here and there. Starting my own animation series, stuff like that. Maybe even make my own production company. Who knows? Maybe I'll even get a mansion. Maybe I'll get something. I don't really know, but all I can do right now in the present moment is, do this and see how this goes. And hopefully it blows up. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. I don't really have control of that other than just, hopefully you guys can give a like, comment, and subscribe for more good shit. And let's just see how things go. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for Weeb Talk episode 9. Oh, man. How are we doing time here? How are we doing time? Okay, so we got an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, that's actually pretty decent. I like it. I think I've explained what I explained. Like I said in my last episode, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Especially for this episode too. Like, if you have any questions on, I guess life a little bit, or dating advice too. Like even more so, I'll give you guys one thing about dating advice. One of them, and this is like from my mom. Shout out to my mom, by the way. She told me, especially when it came to her own situations with dumbass men in their life sometimes. She told me this very wonderful gem of never ever lose yourself, no matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you are fucking around with a lot of people, guys, girls, or whatever your guys are into, or if you're in a relationship with someone, never lose who you are, because it is very easy to lose yourself, especially if you are in love with someone so dearly, because you will not get the chance to really know yourself or love yourself, because like some of them will take advantage of that and make you pay for it. And the most painful things is people that come into your life that you thought was going to be amazing turns out not to be, and you're recovering from that, and that's something that I dealt with too. And her saying that really resonated with me, and I was just like thinking, that's true. Never lose yourself when it comes to relationships, and also a good one, another one. Do not, or sorry, do not be around someone that's gonna waste your time, because you can't. Like I said before,
you can't really take the time back if someone was wasted. Because if someone were to waste your time, cut it off. Just cut it off. It'll give you, it'll save you a lot more headache if you understand it like sooner. Like, oh yeah, this person's like ghosting you, or just doing the most, or just doing some other dumb shit that you do not agree with, and you told them a few times, like, hey, don't do that, please. I would appreciate if you don't do that. And if they just do not listen to that, just be like, you know what? I can't. I'm literally wasting my time with someone that's just not, one, getting it, and two, not fixing the mistake. You know, like it takes it, it only takes so much to deal with somebody until you realize they just don't know what they're doing, or they just act, they just are who they are, and you know you can either set that or just leave it. And if they're good at just wasting people's times, you just gotta be like, all right, cool. If that's all you are good at doing is wasting people's times, then guess what? I'm not gonna continue much of things afterwards. So that's a good gym too. Um, Never lose yourself, and don't mess around with people that are gonna waste your time. Because at the end of the day, you know, people can get fleeting. You only got yourself, and the people that actually care for you. But really, you just got yourself, and just focus on love yourself first. And maybe, hopefully, at some point, there will actually be a decent, amazing person that will be in your life that wouldn't have to do all this shit. And you guys, even if you guys have some disputes here right now, that y'all are both grown ups and are able to, you know, talk to each other about certain things, and do what you gotta do. Anyways, I think that's all I gotta say about all the topics here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions, just ask me, man. Like, you know, I'm all open ears, man. And if you guys got some bit of constructive criticism, make sure it's a really good one. Like, make sure it's very clever though, because like I want to see if you guys got some very clever constructive criticism. But other than that, like, yeah, if you guys have any other questions, just let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Weeb Talk, and I'll see you guys in another episode of Weeb Talk. Anyways, this is your boy Shazman21. Sign out, and I'll see you guys later. Stay peaceful, stay amazing, stay awesome, stay doing what you gotta do, and do what it do, baby boo, and stay being fly as you always are. You nice little sunshine, you. Peace. Boom. Oh wait. Boom.